Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
Alright, man, I told you we're going to play a good game, and we're definitely going to play a good game. Alright, Mario, today we're going to be checking out one of my personal favorite games, and we're not going consoles this time. We're going strictly PC, which, to be honest, is not where my gaming years started, but probably where I had some of my more favorite gaming years. And wait, what? What? No, get that away from me. What? Bring that in here again. God, you know what happened last time? Jesus. So today we're going to be going over a game that is one of my personal favorite games. It's kind of ironic that I chose this to go over because here recently the developer Irrational Games and the guy behind a lot of games, Ken Levin, has actually scaled back Irrational Games, laid off a lot of people, which really feel bad about a bunch of developers that made some awesome games lose their jobs, and I just wish them the best. But anyway, we're going to be checking out one of my favorite games. Wait, well, what? What? Yeah, I know you've heard of Bioshock, and I realize Bioshock Infinite is a classic game, but we're not talking Bioshock. Yes, they did stuff before Bioshock. Have you not heard of System Shock?
What is it like to be afraid?
Can somebody let me out? Rachel, kids, I'm sorry. They want you understand? They want you as a host. Get away. Security system.
I am in control.
Now, after watching that, tell me, definitely, when it comes to a fear factor, what's more scary to you? The trailer for the original Bioshock, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, or what you just watched? Bioshock had a couple of cheap thrills, which I really liked, and before I go on, I'm not knocking the Bioshock series. It is a really, really fun series that I personally enjoyed quite a bit. However, it took the System Shock formula and it dumbed it down for the masses to create a huge hit. System Shock 2 is not a game meant for everyone. And whenever I say everyone, I mean it's not the game meant for someone who believes that Halo is the end-all be-all of first-person shooters. It's not the game for the guy that buys Madden every year. It is the type of game for the guy who went out and bought Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament and enjoyed going online and blowing the hell out of everyone online over his cheap 56K modem. So it's a game perfect for myself. First of all, the fear factor is probably through the roof. Bioshock, it had its tense moments, but it never had any moments that truly scared me. System Shock 2, on the other hand, I was younger at the time, obviously, but it made me jump a couple times playing it. I enjoyed the character customization a lot more than I did in Bioshock. In Bioshock, you could choose between plasmids and what weapons you wanted to use, and your upgrade path, but that was about it. System Shock 2, you can go way further with your customization. You can get yourself more oriented to combat or to computer hacking or into more of a stealthy character. Choice is completely up to you. You can heavily modify yourself with cybernetic enhancements. You can stay away from the enhancements and stick more towards keeping your guns at your ready. Speaking of weapons, another part about System Shock 2 that you never saw in the Bioshock series. If you go out in the real world, you pick up a gun, you have to constantly do maintenance and upkeep on it, otherwise it's eventually going to stop working. In the world of System Shock, your weapons continually break down throughout the continued use of them. You have to constantly repair them, or if you don't have the ability to repair them, pitch them and get something else, maybe something not as good. I love the story in the game. You're stuck on this large spaceship that's been taken over by some kind of... It's not really an alien race. It's actually the crew members who have been kind of modified and are now attacking you. And your goal is to get through them, figure out what's behind it. And it's not everything is as it seems. If you've played the original System Shock, you kind of have little clues that kind of point towards what it really is. I went in never playing the original System Shock. Never even heard of System Shock before I got System Shock 2. And it can be played on its own, and it is just an absolutely amazing experience. So, enough staring at my ugly mug talking about the game, let's actually look at it.
Okay, here we are, starting out in the medical area.
To med. Now find Grassi and get the keycard to the crew sector. He's the one who monitored your cryo sleep, so he might be interested in...
Batty over here. Well, his back is turned, maybe not. I love how some of them kind of still have their individuality, how they're asking you to kill them as they're attacking you. Very cool feature.
She once tried to destroy your species, and now you do her bidding. Intruder entering Medical Sector A.
Also, like the other AI there, Xerxes. I'm going to try to not give away too much of the story here, so we're just going to check this out for a few minutes. The turret down there we need to take out, preferably without getting our heads blown off. There we go. Nothing really to pick up off of it. Go in here. Now you gotta watch the monkeys. They're actually aggressive towards you. Yeah, I know this may seem like animal cruelty right now, but trust me, they can mess us up. Also like the small details, like you can see where they're experimenting in one of the monkeys there. There should be a play log somewhere in here where we can actually get what's going on with the monkeys. We'll find it here in a second. Also, just like Bioshock, everything's searchable, and there's items laying all over the place. I think System Shock 2 has more of a variety in the items that you actually find and pick up, though. To me in Bioshock, it was just, there's cigarettes, there's chips, there's soda, there's money, then you have, you know, more or less Adam and Eve. Whereas in this one, it seems that there's, to me at least, a bigger variety. And I also like how you can break through the windows. Here you see another monkey they're experimenting on. I really like the attention to detail in this. Really nice how the screens and whatnot. I gotta wonder if this is a decent layout for a ship. Go into the log here. believe here's our log for the
Angela,
monkeys.
while it may appear that the lab monkeys are communicating with each other, I assure you it's quite impossible. You claim that one monkey signed the passcode for a supply closet to another, and the latter proceeded to open it. As I'm sure you know, there have literally been tens of thousands of studies of primate intelligence, and there's no evidence of behavior even remotely that sophisticated. So either you've single-handedly trumped the entire field of animal behaviorists, or you're badly in need of a vacation.
Yeah, well, as you're about to find, your guy has actually trumped the field of monkey research, I guess you'd call it. The area there gives us a new spawn
Your
point.
R-grade cyber rig has an experimental perception enhancement that can theoretically detect residual psychic emanations.
See if we can take
These
this guy up
emanations
quietly.
traditionally come from the recently dead.
Maybe.
Literature might call them ghosts. I call them hypnotic defects in the R-grade unit.
Ah, crap, we triggered the
Don't let
security
it distract you
system.
from the job at hand.
Yeah, the game does have a security system in place where the AI, if it sees you, will send enemies after you to take you out. And you'll have to hide for a period of time in order to get out of the security alert. Shit, and we're taking hits. There's our aggressive monkeys I was talking about earlier. You'll figure out what they mean by that whole "your song is not ours" later in the game. I'm not going to spoil it for you in this review. Really wish they would stop sending these guys after me. Heal up a little bit. Here it is. Jeez. I'm in deep trouble. Oh. Looks like we need a respawn. Oh well, shows how the respawn points work at least. Let's hang out here until the security alert goes away. It's one little thing, you can't cheese out the security alert just by, you know, hiding out in one area usually. Should be able to end it here, hopefully. Just about 10 more seconds. Let's take that thing out. They sound so pathetic when you kill them.
Security alert terminated.
Guy took quite a bit of ammo to take out. Let's go ahead and show off the hacking in this game. It's a little different from Bioshock, because in Bioshock, hacking kind of had its own screen, whereas in this one here, it's only in the corner. The bad part about it is that you can actually be attacked while you're trying to hack something. Which I actually kind of like that feature, because, I mean, the world's not going to stop because you're trying to hack into a box. Love the blood scrawls in the walls warning whoever might eventually come in here. Oh!
Where'd everybody go?
There's one of those ghosts spawning right in front of us. Yeah, I love the attention to detail. Like this here, I can almost see it's like almost kind of like a crew quarters. Go ahead and play that log we just picked up.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway? The interest of science? What about the interest of hygiene? Does anybody have any idea how much crap 150 lab monkeys make in a day? The poor chimps. They come on board for the most historic mission of all time, and they end up being chopped into little pieces in the name of progress.
I love how the game more or less tells you exactly what the deal is with the monkeys, and almost kind of gives it a little bit of an end joke about it. And who would throw 150 monkeys on the medical section of a ship just to study them? I mean, if you're going to study monkeys, why so many? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and kill this right here. That way we're not spoiling too much of the game. But needless to say, hopefully this gives you just a little taste of what to experience. I mean, the graphics do hold up today, in my opinion. But we're going to go ahead and kill this right before this door.
So yeah, that should give you guys a quick preview of what to expect from System Shock 2. I personally highly recommend it, especially if you enjoy the Bioshock series and you're looking for something just a little bit deeper, then System Shock 2 is probably for you. Let's say you like more of a futuristic science fiction setting rather than the past fiction that you got with the Bioshock games. Once again, System Shock 2 is probably for you. I don't want to spoil too much of the story, obviously, but suffice to say, I really enjoyed this game, and I believe that's one that everyone who is a first-person shooter fan should play. With that said, to get this game today, there's always, if you want the original disc, you can hop on eBay. However, it does go for a decent chunk of change on eBay these days. Thankfully, last year, I believe, in 2013, it finally was released on Steam and Good Old Games. Price is $9.99 if you're interested in picking it up. I do at least know from personal experience that the Steam version is moddable. So if you want to install some mods for some higher resolution textures or, you know, more or less better graphics, that is available to you. So with that, it's more or less the end of this review. I highly recommend dropping the $10 to check it out if you don't want to spend that much money on a game this old. While I gotta question you because this game is really awesome and worth your $9.99, there's always a Steam sale coming up to where you can probably catch it for $4.99 or possibly even cheaper. So until then, Slepko signing off, and feel free to comment in the comment section below, or swing on over to RetroReviewRevolution.com where we have our own forums, and you can check out not only my work, but tons of other work from a bunch of different forum members. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.